Hello, good morning, everybody. If all are here, hope my voice is pretty clear to you all. So, with a warm note, let us start. So, today's this discussion will all about your development. So, before starting this discussions, so let me just introduce you very shortly. I am Sujit Kumar Patra, International Coaching Federation certified PCC coach, and I'm an NLP master practitioner also. I'm global mindset coach. I'm reforming the mindsets of different people. So all those who in need, I love to help them always. So dear participants, one thing I want to ask you is like, what do you want in your life that is very important for you? And it's not about specific person. It's all about maybe everybody. Some may notice it or some may not notice it also, right? So that is what. So what is that? Let us think for a minute or two. What is that we need? Everybody we need that. So don't you think it is the happiness? Many people might be thinking it's health. Many people might be thinking it's education. Many of us might be thinking it's relationships, or many of us might be thinking it's wealth, right? Or career, or maybe business. But let me tell you, if I will start from a small story. There was a fisherman who was sitting to in the bank of the river, very calm and quietly, relaxing there. So a very rich man passes there, doing the morning walk or morning uh, exercises there. So that rich man saw that fisherman who was resting, relaxing. So that rich man asked the fisherman, "So what are you doing here?" The fisherman told, "Yeah, I'm just I was doing fishing here, and after catching some fishes, I am resting here, relaxing here. After a bit relaxed, I will again go and I will catch fish." So that rich man asked the fisherman, "With this much only fish, you are resting here on the bank of the river. You are relaxing. So how you will earn more money?" So the fisherman asked, "What do I do with that? What do I do with the more money?" Then the rich man told, "If you have more money, then you can buy new houses, big houses, and you can eat good food, right?" So then what happens? The rich man told this one. So the fisherman told, "Okay, then what will happen if I will have a big house or good food?" Then the rich man said, "If you have a big house, then you can take your family there. You will have a social dignity. People will know me. I mean, people will know you, and you have a status, social status. You will have a big car." So then the fisherman asked, "What if I will have a big car?" So the rich man told, "If you have a big car, then there will be you can show off to others, and you can sit with rich people. So then again the fisherman asked, what happens if the I'll sit with the rich people? So like that, finally the rich man said, if you are having all of this, big house, big car, more money, and if you have lifelong a lot of money, huge money, from where you don't need to work, then, so what the rich man told, the rich man told, you will be relaxed then. If you have more money to spend for your whole life, you will be relaxed. Then the fisherman asked, what I am doing here? I am relaxing here. So why do I need to do work hectically like you? There is no time to stand and stare, no time to attend the beauty of nature, right? So that's what, this is just story only. But let me ask you, why you are reading if a student is there? And if somebody is there listening to this, if he is a professional, why he is working? If some health savvy is there here, who loves to play games, who loves to go for the gyms, and having good physique, good fitness, what is the final destination? So everything, you can go deeper and deeper and deeper, you can find happiness will be the final destination, right? So let me ask you, how you will find this happiness by doing this. So again, one more question to you, everybody. Are you living your life, or are you designing your life? So this is a great question. If you have not asked yourself this question, you ask yourself today. Are you living your life, what is given to you, or you are designing your life? If you can design your life, you will be called as architect of your life. And to be the architect of your life, so what we need to do, I will tell you. The first thing, if we have good thoughts, our best thoughts, chosen thoughts, if we choose our thought, then after choosing the thought, we will have emotion to that thought, or feeling to the thought. First thought, then feeling to the thought, and after feeling or emotion to the thought, we will take action, and that action will be good actions, and good actions will give you good results. Actions can also be told as behavior. Just remember this point, behavior, which how it is important, I will tell you in the later part of this. So first is good thoughts or thoughts. Some people, they bring wrong thoughts in their life also, isn't it? So when so there is a difference between good thoughts and wrong thoughts. So good thought, then feeling or emotions, then after feeling you take action, or you do some behavior, and the behavior give you result or reward, and with that result or reward you achieve things. When you go and achieve things, you are nearer to your destiny. And when you shape your destiny, see, it started from thought, and now you are shaping your destiny. Thought, feeling or emotion, action or behavior. Then after behavior, you are achieving things, you are getting rewarded, and you are shaping your destiny. And when you are shaping your destiny yourself, you are in a driver's seat, and you become the architect of your life. That's what I told you. You become the architect of your life, right? And we are able to design our life. And if we are designed to, able to design our life, you just think how it would be. And the flow I have told you, thought, then feeling, then behavior or action, right? So this part, behavior, your repeated behavior, that forms the habit. Repeated behavior that forms the habit. Now you think the topic that we are going to discuss here, how important is that? That is habit. Repetition of behaviors, may it be good behaviors, you will form good habits. If they are wrong behaviors or bad behaviors, right, or non-supportive behaviors, then that will form bad habits. And those behaviors will give you, or behaviors or actions, so that will give you result or reward, right? If you are into good behavior or good actions, right, and you will form good habits, you will definitely get good result, and your destiny will be very good, and you are a better architect or good architect of your life. But again, the same thing, that some people do bad behavior, wrong thought, feeling is there but thought is wrong, behavior is wrong, right, or action is wrong. If action is wrong, then the result will be wrong. If result will be wrong, they will destined to a wrong direction. And destined to the wrong direction means they are, yes, architect of a wrong life which nobody wants. And finally it gives them pain, right? Pain, frustration. So this kind of thing will be developed. So now, just till this moment, so we have heard about the first thing is number one, this is why habit is important, because habit is the result of repeated behavior. So that's why, and our behavior shapes our destiny, and we become, if we can shape our destiny, then we become the architect of our life and we design our life. We are not meant to live a victimized life. So we will live a leader like life. So we will live our life in our wish. So that's what habit is important for us. So let us know what is the science behind habit and why our brain forms habit. Why our brain forms a habit, right? So uh, yes, the I can read the charts of I mean our dear students, or maybe the our viewers. By the end of this session, uh, many things will be clear, your doubts and all. If at all anything will be left, so this is an in-depth session. So I will get into the science of habits and why our brain forms the habit. Then I will go to the steps how to you I mean adopt the good habits and leave the bad habits. That's also science is there. Okay, so let me start with why our brain forms habits. So dear friends, why our brain forms habit? Have you ever observed, we sometimes, if some easy task has been given to us, easy task has been given to us, then our brain or we accepts it very easily. If some task is bit difficult, then we are thinking whether to go for this habit or not, or go for this action or not, go for this task or not. So for many of us it's true, right? You can relate to your life also. Now just a minute. So why do we that one, our this one, 43% of our daily life, what we are living, daily actions we do, that is out of our habit only. Because habit is something that is developed consciously. For example, one example I will give. When you learned maybe cycling, maybe riding vehicle or bike, or maybe driving car, so what happens there, there is a, when you start it, suppose I or somebody, you might have seen your father, driving a car, when he learned this driving, how was he driving? He was completely focusing on the ABC: accelerator, brake, and clutch of the car, hands on the steering wheel, but the eyes are on the ABC: accelerator, brake, and clutch, right? And sometimes he sees, or he or she, whoever is learning driving, sees unconsciously, right? He's looking at this, but consciously he is trying to see to the accelerator, brake, and clutch, and again holding the steering. Sometimes the car might be moving to left side, sometimes the car might be moving to the right side. So the control and coordination of the brain does not happen all of a sudden. So our neural network, when we are starting learning, that is not habituated to the action that we are taking. But gradually, when we repeat that, seeing the road, holding the steering, controlling the vehicle, and putting right intensity of accelerator or pressure on the accelerator, when to brake, when to apply clutch, and again, one hand will be on the gear. So to change the gear according to the speed of the vehicle. So all this coordination, when that driver is a perfect driver, then you see him perfection. So he doesn't see down or to the gears, only he see the road, and rest is going on. That is autopilot. Automatically he is piloting the vehicle, or your brain has been taught through repetition. It's practice, it's repetition. You have trained your brain to do that now unconsciously, but initially you are consciously practicing. So habits are that one. It is consciously developed, but gradually when you are perfect, and when you become perfect, that becomes, you can do unconsciously also, that one. Unconsciously, even if you are unconscious, you can do that. So there are examples. I am giving one example. One of my friend, he was doing job in an organization for 5 years, and after 5 years, every day what he does, at 9 a.m. he goes to the office, works there with full intensity. Then after the working, he comes back to the home. After working, he comes back to the home, and so every day for 5 years, you see, 5 years is not less, right? Same place he is going and coming back to home. So after 5 years, when he resigned from that organization and joined another organization, so the last day, when he left the organization, old organization, the next day he had to go to the new organization. But what happened, So he started from home, same preparation. He started from home, he started his vehicle, but he knew that he had to go to the new organization, new one, which he has joined. But unconsciously, he drove his vehicle the road in which he was going for 5 years, and he reached to the main gate of the old organization. And when he reached there, he just got surprised or got shocked. Oh, what did I do? I need to go to the new organization. I have left this organization. But how did I come here? So that's what our power of habit actually. That's what power of habit. Okay, he did a wrong thing to go to the old organization, but you just think, if you practice it years and years, then what will happen to you? Any good habit you want to adopt, if you practice, definitely you will be expert like this. Your brain will sometimes unconsciously also do that thing, even if you don't want. So consciously formed habit becomes unconscious inside your brain. Your neural network has been formed. It's just like a perfect driving practice after years or months. It may be studies in studies also. So that's why we say repetition is the mother of perfection. Repetition is the mother of perfection. If you want to be perfect, then, or you can say repetition is the mother of mastery. If you want to master in something, then repeat. Go on repeating. Mistakes will happen. No issues. Don't worry for the mistakes, because again, if you commit mistake only, your brain will learn. Suppose one mistake has been done, by doing some action in some way, your brain will learn that, yeah, so this, if I go this way, if I do this way, then it's wrong, so I don't do that. So your brain will learn. The more you commit mistake, the more you try, your brain will learn more and more and more. So this is what power of habit is there. And this is the thing, if you repeat your behavior, that is behaviors, right? That's the actions he repeated for 5 years. That's the actions the driver repeated for months or days, by perfect to be perfect in driving. Maybe this is applicable for everybody. A sportsman, may it be a sportsman, may it be any kind of sports games, whatever you say, cricket, football, athletic. You might have seen our cricketers, I mean, great cricketers, how much they practice for that, for one shot. So again, I will repeat my last video's one statement. So this is, Bruce Lee once said, I don't afraid to that person who knows 1,000 kicks or 1,000 types of kicks, but I afraid to that person who has practiced one kick 1,000 times. So that is the power of habit. That means if somebody has practiced one kick 1,000 times, if he kicks that particular kicks to you, then how much powerful it will be. So it has all energy from our body and brain to hit somebody out of the ring. So that's the power of habit. So that's what, so this is the power of habit. And why our brain forms habit, now I'll tell you. So our brain always tries to save energy. Save energy. How? By forming habits. Again, that's why I just explained this habit things before, because you think when you first start cycling, or when you first start doing anything, you may feel difficulty, right? So your brain feels difficult to adapt that initially. Any job you do, any kind of task you are assigned off, initially it is a bit difficult. Why? Because your brain is not adapted to that. Your brain is not habituated, see the word habituated to that. But gradually, when we go on practicing that, our brain learns and it saves energy, because initially our brain has to put more effort, and you know that more effort you put, more energy is consumed. Agreed? So this is, when more energy is consumed, so your brain gradually next day less energy will be consumed, because your brain knows what to do and how to do it, isn't it? What will be the synchronization? What is the neural pattern? The neural pattern will be formed inside our body. That's called neural pattern. Agreed? So any kind of habit is formed because of our brain wants to save energy. And so that's why in our brain, one part is there, that is basal ganglia. So that basal ganglia is responsible for forming habits, may it be good or bad, that you need to choose. In the first, I told you about that flow chart, right? Thought, emotions or feeling, then behavior, result, then result, or what do you say, reward or result, whatever. After the result or reward, then you will get the, so what you'll get after the result or reward, you are finding your destiny. You are in the driver's seat, and you will design your life, and you become the architect of your life. So that's what, again, we are coming to that point frequently, because that's the motto. That's the motto. Okay. So now I will tell you the neural science of habit formation. or neural science of habit. Everybody talks about habit, 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 everything. But do we know the science of habits? Let us see. What is the science of habit? So, habit is formed in three different categories. So, that is one is your trigger, number two is behavior. Again, see how important is behavior, that one I am telling you. So what is happening there? Trigger. So let me discuss 3 points. Trigger first, second one is behavior, and third one is reward. So trigger is of different kind of triggers are there, and trigger is responsible in forming habits, that is 66% responsible, and our behavior 33% responsible, and our reward, what we are getting from that doing that action, that is called reward, what we are getting, right? So that is only 1%, but everything matters. So trigger can be number one trigger I told, which is 66% responsible for, or is a factor which is 66% responsible for our habit formation, or that is what we do. For example, number one is emotional triggers. Number two, that is time triggers. Number three, environmental triggers or situation triggers. I will give examples one by one. So triggers means what inspires us, or what creates the desire of doing that habit. That is trigger. What is triggering us at that point of time? Sometimes we undergo stress by doing some work maybe, or stress by somebody told us something, right? So that are the stressors. So our emotional state becomes a bit imbalance. So stress is a kind of state, it's a state of our mind. Stress is a state of our mind when cortisol hormone secretes more than we are getting stressed. So when that stress comes, what will happen? Our mind, our brain will try to relax. So when our brain tries to relax, see, this is the trigger. Emotional trigger, that is one of the emotional trigger is stress. When we try to relieve that stress, our brain will want to relax at that time, or to relieve the stress. When we try to relieve that stress, what happens? We find something, to do. What is that? So different people will find different ways to do. Number one, I am telling, suppose I am giving three examples. So number one, this person X, suppose, when he or she is stressed, he tries to relax his brain, or she tries to relax her brain by watching movie or listening music. When he or she watches movie or listens music of her or his choice, then his or her brain is relaxed. So the trigger is stress. So what is their behavior or action? That is watching movie or listening music is the action or behavior they do. But finally the brain is relaxed. Right? So when the brain is relaxed, so his purpose is solved. So he or she don't want to go for that watching movie again. That time I'm talking about, that particular time, they don't go for watching the movie again, and they don't go for the this one listening to the music, because their brain got relaxed. Again, when they will be stressed, again they will repeat that behavior, because they know, their brain knows what he or she will do to relax. right? Again, it forms a habit. Whenever they got stressed, they will watch movie. Whenever they will stress, they will listen music and they will be relaxed. So finally, stress and relax are the brain's motto. Stress, when stress, need relaxation, the behavior depends. Somebody is listening to the music, somebody is watching movie, and somebody, let us go to another example. Some people, they like to drink alcohol. Some people, they like to smoke cigarette. Some people, they like to go somewhere for traveling or for a long drive when stressed. So again, they are stressed, this is emotional condition, they need to relax. Medium is different, behaviors are different. Somebody go for a long drive, somebody is watching movie, somebody is going for the, listening music, somebody talks with the friend, somebody goes to the park, somebody do exercise, somebody go for smoking, somebody go for drinking alcohol. See the behaviors, but result is same. Stress must be relaxed. Our brain needs two things. When it is stressed, it needs to be relaxed, but the behaviors varies from person to person, and we are the person who will choose what behavior we will do so that the reward will be different. So I think this is clear, the triggers and the behaviors and the rewards. So the final thing is the trigger will come. We cannot avoid triggers to come, right? Triggers from outside. This is trigger from stress I talked. Suppose the external trigger I talk about or environmental trigger I talk about. Sometimes I am giving you one environmental trigger. So environmental trigger is for example, uh, I go to a party, suppose, where beautiful celebration is on and nice dishes are there, and I saw nice dishes there, then I just can't stop myself. So that triggers me, right? By seeing the nice dishes, I was getting a trigger from the flavor of the dishes. And one of my friend was also there. He has also got the trigger of the food that is presented there so nicely, right? See, two persons, me and my friend, got the trigger to eat the food, but I chose roti, and that is tawa roti, and my friend chose butter naan. See the difference? And I chose dal, he chose some spicy curry, maybe paneer butter masala or something like that. And different items there, spicy items he chose. I was triggered, I ate, but I chose to go for better actions which will not hamper my health. So that was in my mind, so I took a conscious decision. But he went for the I went for the trigger, he went for the trigger, did the behavior, he did the behavior, I did the behavior. But my actions and my behaviors are controlled a bit, but his actions or his trigger he could not control at that time. And what is the reward? After getting a heavy meal late at the night in that celebration, he got his stomach upset the whole night and didn't feel good. And I had a great sleep, a sound sleep, and a fresh morning get up. And I went for my work, and he could not go for the work. This is the result. So triggers, this environmental triggers, or sometimes some instantaneous triggers are there. When sometimes, so this kind of triggers can come in your life. Sometimes social triggers, this can be also a social trigger, right? Emotional trigger, social trigger, family triggers, different kind of triggers we are developing in your daily life. But it's up to you. You should choose what to act on, because your action will change the result. As I have given example, if somebody to relieve stress, if he or she goes for smoking cigarette and drinking alcohol, no doubt it gives a temporary pleasure. Actually, during smoking cigarette or during drinking alcohol does not, you don't get a pleasure. Actually, just before that you are thinking of smoking cigarette, you are thinking of going for alcohol, you are becoming happy. You are thinking of going to the movie, you are becoming the happy. And you are, while doing that, so when you think, before the action happens, when you think, you start becoming happy, right? But what action do you take? That's important. You have to choose the action, you have to choose the behavior, because behaviors, if you repeat it, it will be a habit, and your habit will form your destination or destiny. So this is the science, that is trigger, behavior, and you can say this is a reward, you can say. So if you do, triggers will come, stressors will come, but our actions will decide what result we will get, and our results, our rewards will decide what is our future, and what kind of happiness we are going to get, and whether we are designing our life or we are living our life. That's again important, which I told in the beginning. Design your life, not live your life. So let us be the architect of our own life. So first one, I discussed about why our brain forms habit. That is very, in a single line I will tell, our brain always wants to save energy. Number two, I discussed about the neural science of habits, that is trigger, then that is 30%, 66% responsible. Then number two is behavior or action, that is 33% responsible. And last is reward, which is only 1% responsible. But again, if I conclude here this part, the second part, that is neural science of habits. So the third part, reward, okay, it has 1% importance, or 1% responsible for forming an habit, but it's very important. If your brain will not reward yourself, your brain will not feel rewarded, then it will not go for the habits. Suppose somebody is drinking tea and he or she is not relaxed after drinking tea, then the next day his brain will not allow him to drink tea, because the brain is not rewarded last day, yesterday. Suppose somebody is doing work for you, or maybe for some company, and he will not get salary, just like that, no reward, then your brain will accept that here reward is not there, I will not go for these actions. So any action you do, if you are getting a small reward also, definitely your brain again will want to do that action in a fit of getting rewarded. That is, when somebody's, it is applicable for both good habit and for bad habit. Smoking cigarette, if somebody smokes cigarette and his brain feels relaxed, then his brain will trigger him again to smoke cigarette whenever he gets stressed, and this becomes a habit. If somebody is listening to the music and getting relaxed whenever he is stressed, he will find that music to listen to relax his brain. Any kind of habit, if somebody goes for playing outside or walking, or maybe some people, they feel happy doing meditation, doing exercises. So whenever they get stressed, they do exercise and they feel relaxed, and their brain will direct them to go for exercises. So this is what happens. So reward is absolutely necessary, and when your brain feels rewarded, it will trigger you to do that habit. It will trigger you to do that habit. So is it not important, very important, if we consciously trigger us, or maybe any trigger comes to our mind, let us choose what kind of trigger is there and what action we will take. So consciously we will take the action, consciously we will take the action, and we will get better rewards, better results. Again, I will go back to my that framework, that is good thought, good feeling or emotions for that thought, you take good actions or do good behaviors, you get good results. If you're going on getting good results, then you are achieving something, you are being successful, your destiny will be changed, you are becoming, you are in a driver's seat of your life, and you are the architect of your life again. So that's why again I will tell, you design your life, you don't live your life. So this is the thing. After that, let us go for a beautiful thing, how to form this habit. How to form this habit. So if I go to tell, this part, uh, many people you might have heard about that, anything in 21 days a habit can be changed. 21 days you might have heard, but it's not 21 days, it's 66 days. Why? I have broken this 66 days into three different parts. That is 22, 22, and 22. 22, 22, 22. Total 66 days. Why 66 days I am telling? 21 days or 22 days. See, I have, see, almost that is true, but 22 days is needed for, suppose you are going or doing some habit which is wrong. Anything you do, suppose that is wrong or right maybe, but you need to aware fast, you uh, need to conscious about that, what kind of wrong thing, wrong behavior, wrong attitude I am doing. So that is, you have to aware fast. So to get aware fully about a habit, what is going on in the micro levels of that particular habit or some of your actions, you need 22 days. Average, I am telling. Some people, they may take bit less, they may take bit more also, but average 22 days to get aware. Next, in the second cycle, second 22 days, what will do? Suppose you are aware of something, right? Because if I can change that, I can change something, I can rectify something if I were aware of that. If I am doing some problem or solving some problem for students, or you are in a organizational problem for professionals, or in a family, as a family member, maybe father or mother, we are facing some problems in the family. Let us be aware first, what is the problem. If you don't know what is the problem, I will go for the solution, because solutions come from the type of problem. You cannot give all solutions fit to one problem, or you cannot give one solution fit for all the problems. So that's the thing. So we need to aware what problem is going on, what is wrong in it, what is the mistake in it, what need to be rectified, what need to be stopped, what need to be started. So first, awareness. After awareness for 22 days, you take enough time for awareness. 22 days. Then after that, again 22 days for reframing. How these wrong things or how these things can be changed. How these things can be changed, which will fit my purpose. How this can be changed. So it is called reframing. First awareness, 22 days. Then reframing is 22 days. So when reframing for 22 days, so then what we'll do? So this is third phase comes here. Again 22 days. So what is that, Action. Because you got aware what is wrong or what is the problem. Then you reframed it, what I need to do. So when you when you decided what you need to do, then take action. Do that. Do that. So three phases. That is 22 days. And in 22 days, you become perfect in one of the habits which you wanted, the desired habit, you can say, desired habit. We are not reframing the undesired habits or wrong habits, because wrong habits are stopped. Again, stopping that habit also. If we want to stop some bad habit also, the same procedure continues. Let us get aware what triggers me, what is my behavior, then what is my reward in it. I will tell you. I will tell you in this coming part of the video. That one, how to form that, how to reframe that. So this is what 66 days. And in between, the first part when you got aware, the second part when you rewire your brain or reframe your perspective. So when you are reframing your perspective, then what is happening, your brain is got rewired. What I told, your neural circuit is being formed, neural circuit. I told when the driver is learning driving, when you are adapting some habit for the first time, when you are learning writing at the in your beginning of the school career, when our mom has started cooking. So everything, when somebody has started doing exercise, when a professional, maybe software professional, maybe a teacher, going to the school, software professional doing some programming, you think any professional watching this, when you started your programming, how slow you were, and you were afraid of doing that. Now after years of experience, how you are feeling? Are not you perfect? So how does it went on in your mind? There is a neural circuit formed, and this is called, this science again is called neuroplasticity or neural plasticity. This can also be called as brain plasticity. Brain plasticity means your brain has the ability to change and grow. Your brain has the ability to change, reframe, and grow. Okay, I agree. And science also tells that in the childhood or in the developing, brains are more likely to be more neuroplastic. Neuroplasticity is more efficient in developing brains, but it can be possible in developed brain also. After adult also it is possible. And do you know a surprise fact? Exercising daily can change your brain function, ability of the brain. Exercise in any form, but it's regular, it should be habitual. That is maybe meditation, maybe yoga, maybe pranayams, maybe any cardio exercises, maybe any weightlifting, running, walking, for a long distance. Every kind of exercises develops your brain at any point of time, and it improves your neuroplasticity of the brain, or it improves your brain plasticity. But still people don't do for exercises. But if you go for exercises, a simple 20 minutes cardio exercise you do, definitely after that, how relaxed or how stressless you are feeling. Because that is a fact, you can check it, the fact, when people go for 20 minutes cardio exercises, so that testosterone level increases and the cortisol level suddenly down, it decreases definitely. And cortisol is related to stress, and the testosterone level, that because it is increased because you have come off from your comfort zone. Because somebody is doing exercise means he or she has come out of his or her comfort zone, and that is important. And it's all about energy, again, practice, habit, and thought, everything, right? So this is what, how to do that. Neuroplasticity, I told a term, so that's very important, and it can be improved day to day. And brains, this one, rewiring capacity also be done by regular exercises. Brain exercises are there, and practice, mainly the practice will improve. So next one we will come to, see, what we have discussed. Number one, I am telling, point one, I discussed about why our brain forms habit. That is number one, and it is to save energy. Number two, I discussed about neural science of habits, that is trigger, then behavior or action, then reward. Then I discussed about how many days it will take to form habits, that is 66 days. And that is, first one is awareness, 22 days, then reframing is 22 days, and again your action will be 22 days, so 66 days. So why did I told neuroplasticity? Because you need to change your the neural system. So point number two, when you are rewiring your brain, that is second phase of habit formation. I mean, second 22 days, when you are rewiring your brain, if you go for practicing these exercises and some breathing exercises and some journaling kind of thing, gratitude, practice gratitude. So definitely that will help you rewiring quickly. So this is what we have completed till now. And now let us go for a life audit to change the habit. So before going for life audit, I will just ask you, you can write it down or you can think in your mind. So which are the basic fields or basic areas that every people in the world are worried of or are working for? Maybe not all the areas they are working, they are working for few areas maybe. What are the five areas? I am telling you. Number one is health. Number two, relationship or relations. Number three, that is career or business. And number four, finance, financial stability maybe. And number five is spirituality. All these five areas of life. Now, to reframe, how to reframe your habits, I am telling you. Just you make a table, write these five areas, write these five areas. So in the first point you write, this one, number one is health. Then number two is relation. Number three is career or business or job, you can write. Number four is finance. Number five is spirituality. So in number one, when you are writing health, you write, you make a column, you write your bad habits, you write your good habits. So for health, when you are writing bad habits and good habits, for example, suppose in good habits, somebody is writing regular exercises, it's good habit. And bad habit is procrastinating to do the exercises or not liking the, I mean, avoiding doing exercises, avoiding getting up early in the morning, avoiding to lift weights, avoiding to run. These are the bad habits. So you write like that. So health, what are the, see, this may not be only one bad habit or only one good habit. For health, one good habit is doing regular exercises. Number two is taking good food. And bad habit is one of the taking junk food, taking junk food. Then number two bad habit for health is no regular diet planning is there, no fixed timing to it. There is no fixed time to it. So these are the bad habits. So write bad habits, then write good habits for health. Similarly, you can do for all other areas also. Relationship, you write what are the good, what are the bad. Relationship, good habit is I always respond and react at any situation. So that will build my relation good for good to everybody. And bad is I always react without listening. So that also, that is bad habit. So what kind of, many different people might have different bad habits and different good habits depending on the situations, right? So you can write, you can think and write, you can take time. So it is not a matter of now only in this session, you can write it later also. You make a table for that, you sit alone, or you can take one day for writing for health, good and bad habits. You can take another day for writing for relationship, what are the good habits, what are the bad habits. Think properly. As deeply you think, that more deep result you will get and good result you will get, because this table will help you to get aware that 22 days I told, right? So this habit, I mean this table will help you to go enter to the 22-day cycle, that is awareness. What are the good? What are the bad? What are the good? What are the bad? For health, for relationship, for finance, and for career and business, for spirituality, etc. So now next is after that finance spirituality, you can write for finance, you can write maybe some people, they are bad habit is impulsive buying. Impulsive buying means whatever they see they will buy that one without caring for the result, what is going to happen, and they will repent after buying that. Why did I buy that? So that's called impulsive buying, and that's wrong actually. And how to reframe that, how to reframe that? Just wait for 24 hours. When you saw something online, that discounted rate or something like that, so when your hand is going to purchase it, buy now, you stop it for 24 hours and you see the response. So that's the trick. Reframe. So that's a reframe part, that's later. So now we are getting aware of that by writing what is the good, what is the bad. Now after that finance part I told, then I will go to job and career maybe, and you go to spirituality. I do meditation or I don't do meditation. I practice gratitude practice, I do or not every day. And before exercise, I'm sorry, before sleeping, I do calming down exercises or not. And after getting up morning, I thank God or not. These are the good practices. And bad practices, I don't believe in God, I don't believe in anybody. So spiritual thing which impacts your mind and brain, right? So everything you write, you take, 22 days you can take, no problem. 22 days you can take to write everything. You take your time because awareness. Then the second part comes, how to reframe that. How to reframe that. And to reframe that, you have to always think of the consequence. Think of the consequence. Because I'm telling you a trick. How to do that? First, what you do when you are writing a good habit, suppose good habit, you don't need to change that. But if you have a good habit, you don't need to stop. If somebody has a bad habit and want to remove that habit, so that is his current state, right? Presently he is adopting that bad habit, he is doing that bad habit, isn't it? Presently he is doing that bad habit at the present situation. But when he's aware that, you need to aware. Some people, they don't aware, no, this is not a bad habit, this is good, so they will tell like that. But so when somebody is aware that this is my bad habit, I need to stop this. When he is aware, then he will decide how it will be stopped. So what you do what are the pain involved in that bad habit. Suppose somebody is always telling a lie. Somebody is always telling a lie or in a habit of telling lie. If somebody is in a habit of telling a lie at present state, what will the consequence? How this habit has been formed? The trigger is, suppose that person wants to talk with somebody and wants to take good what do you call that is mm, uh, favor. Maybe he always want to get a good favor of somebody maybe. So he saw that if he will lie at this time or presently, then he will be good in front of him, like that. And any kind of this situation can be changed also, right? So habit of lying is not good at all, because the final reward, original reward will be, you will have a bad relationship when that person will know about you the truth. When the truth will be declared, or he knows the truth, then he will never like you. So the trust level will go down. So your name and fame will go down, ruined. So that's your wrong. So you associate those with this behavior. If I tell lie, if I continue like this, associate the pains, associate the wrong results that you are going to get, the pains that you are going to get after that. You will be alone in life, nobody will trust you, and nobody will believe you, you will not get progress. So you will be alone, and your family will not like that, you will be disrespected everywhere, You will get a bad name for that. See these words. So if we associate this kind of pain or this kind of wrong rewards, your brain will gradually think that if I will lie or if I will tell lie, then this kind of pain I have. And your brain always wants pleasure. You feel your brain that these are the pains involved in this kind of wrong activity. So don't do that. So what will your brain believe? Gradually your brain, it will take time again. Your brain will gradually believe that if I will go for these actions of telling lie, I am going to get this pain. So I will find the pleasure. How to get the pleasure? So you are now lying and getting bad name. Your brain will want good name of you, name and fame, respect, want. Your brain wants that, right? That is the pleasure. So your brain will try to avoid these wrong habits. Your brain will try not to tell a lie. And your brain guides your body. Your brain guides your body. Whatever brain says, whatever mind says, your body does. Because brain and mind, your mind and brain, they guides your body, they directs your body to do the action. And you do that. And after 66 days, minimum, I'm telling, it may take some long days also. So your habit will be changed. And it is true for every habit, every action you do. So just train it. So find the pleasure in the pain. So the wrong habit, what you are doing, you associate the pains in that. For example, somebody is smoking cigarette. Somebody is smoking cigarette. So what are the pains involved in it? So if somebody is smoking cigarette, the pain involved in it is the smoking. When the smoke goes in, it destroys our lungs. It impacts our lung. It creates patches, black patches in our lungs. And after that, our lungs will gradually retarded of good functioning. That is our alveoli, which is responsible for the oxygen exchange. Carbon dioxide from the body will be released through those alveoli, and the oxygen, pure air, will get in through those alveoli. That will be blocked, and it will create many respiratory diseases, and it may cause lungs cancer, it may cause fibrosis, etc. And the doctors are the best person to name these diseases. In simple language, in plain common people language, I am telling, it will kill your lungs. So you associate this kind of, and if your lungs will be ruined, then you cannot live. If you cannot live a healthy life, cancer will be there. You will suffer in medical, you will suffer in hospital, you will have a great pain, you will have a cough which will not stop, your family will suffer, you will be in economical loss, all your savings will be ruined down if you undergo cancer. So you associate this kind of pain in that. You associate this kind of pain. So after associating this disastrous pain, do you think somebody or your brain will not leave this activity? At least your brain will think, oh God, what kind of pains are there? And your brain, again I'm telling you, your brain will find the pleasure. So if these are the pains associated with this activity, why to do that? Again, your brain and mind will direct your body, because mind and body are one. And it will direct your body, and gradually, if you are aware of that, these are the wrong, but first you have to aware of that. Then rewiring, reframing. So why do you smoke cigarette? Because to relieve stress, right? So you find other ways to relieve stress. And finally, when you are habitual, stop this habit gradually and give associated pains to this habit. So your brain will know that, yes, if I do this activity, I will be in great pain, emotional pain, family pain, financial pain, all kinds of pain are associated with this. Then your brain will try to avoid that, because your brain avoids pain and accept pleasure. Accept pleasure, right? That's what your brain will do. And you just associate a good action to that, good behavior. Listening to the music, healthy, no worries. Watching movies, maybe watching movies, or you can talk with your friend, good friend, or you go for a travel, eat good food, do exercises. That is, doing exercises are the, I mean, supportive behavior that will give you the long term happiness, right? So in this way you can write. So this part, what did I discuss? I discussed, write your 5 key areas of your life, that is health, relations, then career and job or business, then finance, then you have spirituality, and write all good habits and bad habits associated with those. And if bad habits are there in those, how to change that? You just associate pain. What are the pains involved in that bad habit? Every day you write that this is the pain, this is the pain, this is the pain if I do. Then your brain will believe that yes, there is a pain, I need pleasure. So your brain wants pleasure, uh, avoids pain, so your brain will leave that habit gradually, and you take actions. Reframe, right? Reframe your perspective, reframe the by smoking cigarette you are relieved stress. Now by listening to the music you are relieved stress. So your brain needs relaxing, right? Your brain doesn't know what kind of behavior you are doing, but by doing that behavior, what kind of reward you are doing, that your brain accept that reward, and your brain tries to do that again. So that's the thing. So this is the way you can adopt these behaviors. And one more thing, if you repeat those good behaviors or good actions, your repetition is the mother of mastery. Again, I'm telling, definitely your brain will adapt to the good habits. Now I'm just simply telling why your brain always finds pleasure. That is, there's short-term pleasure. Your brain is always wants immediate rewards, immediately want rewards. But immediate rewards is always in the form of dopamine secretion. So the dopamine are the short-term pleasure, or we chase, that is called chase hormone, or we go for a chase for the pleasure. For example, so these kind of activities I told, this gives a short-term pleasure. Suppose somebody is smoking cigarette, drinking alcohol, doing other wrong habits, going for the, I mean, friends party every time. So that gives pleasure, and that gives pleasure thinking of that action before that action occurs. For example, oh, I'll drink, I'll drink alcohol. Oh, I'm happy. I'll drink, I will smoke cigarette. Oh, today I'm, do this, do that. So before that action occurs, so that dopamine secretion is there in our brain. And after doing that, after, suppose you want to watch social, you are stressed, you are just starting to scroll social media, and you are going to do the Netflix kind of thing at night, and you spent the whole night watching social media, and you spend the whole night in watching the Netflix and all. You think the what kind of reward you will get after the night is over, and the next morning you did not sleep at all, or you maybe slept late at night. How your body feels? Will you be fresh? Never. So that is happening. You were happy when you started doing that, but action was not completed. Reward you got before the action completed, that is short-term pleasure chase you did. And the dopamine secretion did not last long there. And you, after that, you felt guilty. Why did I do that? But again, as your brain accepted that, I mean, your brain found that reward of short-term pleasure, it will try to get that frequently. Tomorrow also, day after tomorrow also, the next day also, it will go on finding that short-term pleasure. And that's why this is how the bad habits are formed. This is how the bad habits are formed, right? So this is called, chasing the pleasure. So most of the people in the world, they chase the pleasure like this. Getting up late, not going to the gym. They feel pleasure in sleeping along. They feel pleasure not going to the gym and not waiting the lift. They feel pleasure in not running, not doing the exercise, comfortably sitting. They are enjoying, they are getting pleasure. But what will happen? Associate the pain involved in that. You can change that habit. Associate the pain in that. What is the pain? If you are always sitting, eating heavy food, always sitting there, eating wrong food also, you are getting pleasure in eating junk food, right? You are eating pleasure in drinking the cold drinks, soft drinks. You are eating pleasure. Ice creams, junk foods, burgers, pizza. What is the result? After eating that heavily, you feel guilty. Why did I eat that? After eating sweets, you don't want to eat sweet, but after eating heavy amount of sweet, why did I eat that? That's a guilt feeling. But before eating, you felt pleasure. You chase the pleasure and you ate that, and after eating, you feel guilty. So that does not give a complete or long term happiness. For long term happiness, there are three hormones again that need to be formed in our brain in different forms. That is endorphin, serotonin, and oxytocin. So these are all four hormones. Okay, these are happy. Dose, we call it. Dose. Dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, and endorphin. And endorphin hormone, these all are endorphin, serotonin, and oxytocin. ESO, you can say. These three are called peace hormones. Yes, they are happy, but this will give you fulfillment. Endorphin, it secretes when you do exercises, when you are creative, and it triggers you to do good habits. Once you practice to secret endorphin, once you practice good habits and you find the pleasure behind the good habit, initially the pain will be there. Consciously, the pain will be there when you start practicing. But after a few days, you will get the pleasure of practicing good habits. Getting up early, doing exercises, practicing gratitude. And practicing gratitude, it secretes serotonin hormones. And it gives you long-term peace, long-term happiness. But initially, you might not get that happiness. Everything, Rome was not built in a day. So everything good or best can be formed with a practice, with a habit, and it takes time. But dopamine secretion, I told you first, chasing the pleasure is not always good. It will not give you long-term happiness. Okay, there are good habits also which gives us pleasure immediately, but long-term pleasure that may not give. But these kind of things, practicing exercises, practicing gratitude, practicing good habits which will form your career, that will give you fulfillment. And success, if you are getting without fulfillment, that is completely ultimate failure. Success without fulfillment is ultimate failure. So what's the meaning in that? So if you want long-term peace, long-term happiness, again, so these are the activities. So we should stay away from short pleasure and practicing wrong habits or doing wrong habits. Let us go for the long-term happiness, fulfillment, which I call, that is good habits, which will fulfill our purpose. So for that, I told, again, I just review what we have discussed till now. Number one, why our brain forms habit. And number two, the neural science of habits, that is trigger, and this is action or behavior and reward. And that then I discussed how many days in total cycle, that is 66 days, 22 days to get awareness, 22 days to rewire or reframe, and I told about neuroplasticity there, and again 22 days for taking action to form good habits. And next section I discussed about your different fields where health, relationship, then your career, job, or then finance and spirituality. What are the good habits associated with this, and what are the bad habits associated with this? You make a table, you take 20 days, no problem, to get aware of that, then reframe the perspectives and how the bad habits can be changed. You associate pains in the bad habits so that your brain will not accept the bad habits and try to form the good habits. So then we discussed about a bit this one, this is called life audit, what I told, and about this, don't chase for the short term pleasure. It may lead you to form bad habits. So try to form long term happiness or fulfillment, what I call. So that's what. And so this comes to the whole scenario what I discussed today. The first part I told you, uh, again I am telling you in the last also, let design our life. Let's be the architect of our life. Let's not simply live our life what is given to us. So to do that, to be the architect of life again, good thought, feeling or emotions, then action. Good actions are good behavior, and repetition of behavior is habit. Again, I'm telling you, that's why habit is important, and that will give you good result. And when you are getting good result in future, or you will be successful, when you will be successful, you will in a driver's seat, and be the you will set your destiny. You will set your destiny. Your destiny will take you. Your destiny will not take you anywhere. You are setting your destiny. And when you are setting your destiny, you are becoming the architect of your life, and you will be complete happy, which everybody wants. Actually, nobody accepts. Sometimes somebody tells health is important, finance is important, money is important, but what is important? Finally, the happiness is important. The story I told you in the beginning. And with this 66 days, the framework you practice, and one my gratitude journal, that is glints of gratitude, 90 days gratitude practice ebook I have published in Amazon. I will give the link in the description. If you It will help you in practice that gratitude practice. And gratitude practice, how it helps, this helps in producing happy hormones like serotonin, not that dopamine, that is chase and pleasure chasing hormone. No, it will give you long term pleasure, long term happiness. So gratitude, definitely, if we are thankful to everything, so definitely, so that prompts are there, it will help you. Some guide is also there. 90 days different prompts are there to fill in that ebook, my glints of gratitude. I will give the link in the description, so you can go for that. And one my book which will help you in your cooling down your emotions and taking good decisions and breaking the chain of this confusions and all. One my emotional clarity journey, my own book I have published in that is ebook in Amazon. That link also I will provide in my description in this video. So that is the I who broke the chain. So this is what. So stay calm, stay cool, stay confident, stay purposeful, and be in peace of mind. And thank you so much for participating in my this live session. And we will be coming as a Blooming Glint family. We will be coming this live sessions like this, and in-depth sessions and different topics. And you can suggest me in if you want any help. So you can send me in the chat box that you want this topic. So I will definitely cover that topic in the next sessions to come. No problem. And we will be again joining this session very soon. And subscribe my channel to have regular update, and don't forget to click the bell icon to get the notifications, because this is the live streaming video, and you will get a number of videos in my recorded video also. And so thank you for participating in this session again, and I have a heartfelt gratitude to all. So thanks a lot. Have a nice day.